Well, hello everybody. All right, so I have been slacking on giving updates with everything going on. And we kind of had a big thing happen the other day, whereas I did post it on Facebook. But first, let's go ahead and I'm gonna update you guys as to the surgery that will be happening on the 10th of July. All right, so we do have a wire needle location. I've got to check in at the hospital on the 10th at 7:30. We've got the injection that I need to get that will be happening at 6:45. And then we have got the surgery scheduled at 10 o'clock for the double mastectomy. I'm not gonna lie. I am a bit scared. Last surgery I had was 24 years ago, and that is when I had a C-section with Felicity, my eldest child. Now, over the past few weeks, I had been getting weak. Having a hard time making it just from, especially the past couple of days until I had another, yes, I did end up having to have another blood transfusion. So I had been, getting weak and everything. I couldn't even make it from my bed to the bathroom and then the bathroom back to my bed. The second trip actually was pretty difficult for me. So, but over this past couple of weeks, I had been trying to regain my strength. I did end up having to go down to Poulsbo to get my blood tested. They had to test my levels and everything, and they were rather quite low. My hemoglobin was at 7.5, and my potassium and magnesium levels were both under 3. So let's just say that the other day when I had posted on Facebook that I had to have another blood transfusion, well, I ended up going to Seattle to the Fred Hutch Cancer Center out there. Let me tell you, that place is huge. It is huge. They've got like 5 buildings just for Fred Hutch down in Seattle. I couldn't get over it. It was huge. But everybody, of course, was really nice and very accommodating. So I ended up going down earlier this week to Fred Hutch here in Poulsbo, and they tested my blood on Thursday. Then I spoke with my nurse, and she was like, well, either today or tomorrow you need to come down and do a blood transfusion. And I was like, well, there wasn't enough time on Thursday. And then she's like, well, we got to make sure we have everything. Well, needless to say, I ended up having to go to Seattle because if I wanted to do it in Poulsbo, I would have had to wait until later in the week. And my nurse said that would have just taken too long. I wouldn't have been able to. She just said it was just too late, especially with my levels so low. Let me tell you, my pride was tested. I ended up having to be pushed around in a wheelchair because I couldn't make it without hurting. But you know what? That's quite okay. For as much of a pain that it was okay. My family has been great through this whole entire process. As a matter of fact, Des and Max went down with me on Sunday and Monday. My husband came down on Monday to be with me during the transfusion. So, but my whole family has been very supportive. I don't know what I would do without them. So, to my family, thank you from the bottom of my heart. My family back east, my aunts and my brother and my cousin have been very supportive from afar. And for that, I do appreciate. It has been, I can honestly say one thing that's come out of this whole entire thing between me fighting breast cancer and my mom finding out that she had cancer and then passing because of it and catching pneumonia on top of it. It has definitely brought us, closer. It has definitely brought my family closer. I talk to somebody in my family at least once a day. At least I try to. I'm grateful to have them around, especially during this rough time. But I'm always thinking positive. I'm so positive that I'm trying to get some of my molds situated for different things that I am making. Coasters, candle holders. I've even got a little thing that I'm making for some trays that I'm making, I think, for my plants. And the stuff that I've got right here right now is all stuff from my vow renewal in 2016. I wanted to be able to reuse it. It's sentimental. But anyway, but that's why I haven't been able to, keep up with everybody and, keeping posted. I was trying to get better. And I wasn't feeling well. So I'm sorry I didn't keep you guys updated before. It's definitely been a journey. I do thank everybody for your prayers and your thoughts. And positive energies, so thank you. But I did, like I said, so I did have my blood transfusion yesterday. It was Monday. And I have an appointment with my clinic in Poulsbo on Thursday to do another blood work, to, check my levels, make sure everything, is getting better. And then I see a doctor on Monday. So we'll see how everything goes with that. I am feeling a little bit better than I was. I have to admit, I'm not feeling as good as I did after my last transfusion, but that's okay. Everything happens for a reason, right? So, but I have been taking it easy. Just been hanging out here at home with the kids. And then, this afternoon I decided to get a few things put together so I can do some more resin, which that will all be in another video. So we've got my surgery all set up. They're possibly going to be removing this port, seeing as how they're going to be taking from here to about to here, completely gone. I'm still not quite sure how I feel about that. But at least as long as it doesn't, go past the tissue and the muscle and everything else, then, we're definitely good to go. I'm praying that the treatments have definitely, taken, shrunk the tumor out of my breast. And I did tell the doctor that I did want both of the breasts removed. One, because I would feel off balance. I mean, these puppies, they have weight to them. And if I don't have one, it's going to be like, yeah, not exactly sure how I feel about that. But am having both of them removed. So that way we don't have to go through this process again. You know, I don't want to, you know, have to go back in and them tell me, oh, you got breast, you know, you got cancer in the other one, knowing my luck, that would end up happening. So, but no, I definitely told my doctor, the surgeon, that I want both of them removed. I know that is going to be a little bit tasking, so please bear with me about an update afterwards. Because, like I said, I'm definitely nervous about it. I know that it's just tissue. I know that it is, you know, that they don't serve a purpose anymore because, you know, I've already had my kids. My kids are all grown. You know, they did what they needed to do, but they are a part of me. You know, they are a part of me. You know, I'm balanced. So please, I would appreciate it if people don't sit there and tell me that, you know, you don't need them and, you know, all of this other stuff, because I've already heard it. I've had people tell me that they've already done their job, and yeah, they have. You know, I've got 3 great, healthy kids that have been very supportive through this whole entire process. My kids have been great, and they're all healthy, and yeah, okay, so my breasts did do their job, you know, because they help feed my kids. But they are a part of me. So going through that process is, I'm not gonna lie, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. I've had these puppies for many a years. So anyway, let's go ahead and change that subject. So I'm going to go ahead and, since I've already provided you guys the update, went over the surgery that I'm having on July 10th. I do have to be down in Silverdale because it's going to be happening over at St. Michael's Hospital. And so I have to be there at 6:45 on the 10th. And it's going to be a series of different things. They're going to be checking and, you know, where the markers are. For what I understand, there's a whole process of different things that's happening. Like I said, okay, so we've got the wire needle. Okay, so wire needle location, I guess. And they're happening, one's happening at the Harlow building, the other one's happening at Mountain View entrance, where I've got to check in. We've got the sentinel injection, where there's just, there's definitely a lot happening. So let's see, arrange transport. At time of discharge, you'll be required to have an escort. You will not be allowed to leave unaccompanied. Well, they're keeping me overnight for observation anyway. And my husband and daughter Des will be coming with me. Day of surgery. You are not to eat or drink anything after midnight, the night prior to your surgery. And this includes water, chewing gum, mints, and smoking. Well, good thing I don't smoke anymore. I don't chew gum. That's going to be kind of hard on my water because I'm constantly drinking water. In fact, I got this new really cool thing. I know it's been out for a while, but I got one of these circle things, and I'm still on the first cartridge, and I've had it for about 3-4 days, and I keep it between 2 and 3, and it's pretty good. And I've been drinking quite a bit of water. I got that because I got tired of just drinking plain water, and like drinking a Gatorade or like the Body Armors, that stuff was getting too sweet. With the different fruits and stuff, it was like getting a bitter taste. I couldn't do it anymore. And then I've just been drinking plain water for the past few weeks. Let's see. Cases, surgery, okay. And then I've got to follow up with a surgeon on the 26th at 10 a.m. Yeehaw! Fun stuff. So, but yeah, in fact, they're going to be, so I talked to the surgeon about my port, because I was hoping that I would be able to do the immunotherapy, which I'll be having once every 3 weeks. I was hoping to be able to do that through here, but instead it looks like we're going to be doing it through an IV in the arm. But because of where this is located and where he's got to remove everything, he said that more than likely we'll be removing the port. I will give you an update about that afterwards, so we shall see. But as for what I'm understanding, he said the surgeon said he was going to speak with a couple of other surgeons to see. So I guess we will find out. I'm still not exactly sure how I feel about the whole surgery bit, but it is what it is, and doing everything we can to make sure that we do not have cancer. And look at how pretty. I'm still bald. And so, but I've been having fun. I've been wearing a couple wigs and then a couple of hats. My husband got me, a few different color witchy hats, which was really cool, and I love wearing them. They're comfortable. Earlier today, I was wearing my green wig, but my head was getting a little bit warm. I was like, no more. All right, so I think that's about all for the update right now. But for what I am aware of, because like I said, I am doing the double mastectomy. So he's going to be removing all of this and going back as far as, but, and so the reason why I won't be able to keep the port is because of how far back he's removing everything. The port will more than likely have to come out. Like I said, I'm still having a hard time with it. But at least, this way, between my scarves, I've got a bunch of pretty scarves and hats. So I, keep things kind of fun. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video. And I'm going to get into the fun stuff of making stuff with my resin. So I thank everybody for your prayers and positive energies. I love you guys, and thank you for following me along on this journey. It definitely has not been an easy one. I would have gotten back to you guys sooner about the whole surgery information, but I had like next to no energy. Like I said, my levels were pretty low. I have not even done any resin in about a week and a half, almost 2 weeks. So I'm excited because I've been laying stuff out. In fact, if you want to know what I've got going on, definitely check out my next video about the resin, because I do have quite a bit going on, but I'm having fun with it. So, and I'm feeling decent today. I'm not overexerting myself, so don't worry. I just, been slowly getting stuff together, keeping my energy, drinking plenty of my flavored water, and, I had a couple cups of coffee this morning, and so now I'm just working on, this stuff, just taking it easy. And I did get to hear from my supervisor with Comcast today, and she was checking on me, making sure everything was good. And, so I updated her and everything. And she even went to make sure, because they're sending out like t-shirts and water bottles. So I thought that was pretty cool. She's making sure that I get them sent out too. Even though I haven't worked since February, March. I do have to admit, I miss working. But I'm glad that I'm not right now, because there's so much stuff that I'm like, I know this, but I don't remember it. So definitely have chemo brain, and it's pretty whack. I do not wish this on my worst enemy. I wish that they would just go through and cure cancer and just make it to where nobody got cancer, because it does suck. cancer is not a fun thing to fight, whether it is, you know, a lung cancer or stomach cancer or kidney cancer or breast cancer, lung cancer. I mean, any kind of cancer, it sucks. And I just wish that, you know, nobody would have to deal with it. Going through it myself with the breast cancer, it sucks. And, you know, but I'm making it through. I am strong and I've got this. And everybody has been just wonderful, sending me positive energies. And I appreciate it. There's been a lot of kindness shown with this, and I know my mom is with me. I just wish she would have made it through her fight, even though they found out about hers at stage 4. But I know I'm not alone because I've got my family. I've got my aunts, I've got my brothers. I've gotten closer with my family. Everybody. Between my aunts, my brother Michael out in Mississippi, Eddie. And then my husband and my kids. Everyone's just been so supportive. And I appreciate it more than you all know. But I'm not just fighting this for me. I'm fighting this for my mom. And for everybody who has lost their lives to cancer. Especially those in my family. Found out that on my dad's side of the family, one of my aunts also had cancer, and she was stubborn. But she passed. So I'm definitely fighting this for many people. And I know my mom is with me every step of the way. You know, it sucks because before she passed, her and I didn't really talk. And when I found out about, when I went in to get the lump checked out underneath. So I started with a lump right in here. And then that's when they found out, when they were checking that node. It's a lymph node that was swollen. I mean, it's swelled. But I went in to go get that checked out, and that's when they found out about me having breast cancer. And then I started texting my mom. I was like, hey, you know, what kind of cancers have we had in our family? It wasn't until a little bit after that I found out that she was fighting cancer. And she got sick on top of it. But before she did pass, I told her that I loved her. And she told me that she loved me for the first time in many years. But I feel like she's fighting this with me every step of the way. Now I'm going to go ahead and get started on some crafts. So if you want to see what I've got going, definitely check it out. It'll be my next video that will be coming up shortly. I love you guys. Thank you for all of your support, all of your hugs, and all the prayers, good and positive energies. Thank you. You guys have a great day. Love you. Mwah.